teaching science, we used to host this science fair, and our children, the way they see science fair is like the learning the scientific method, basically, following the process and discovering new things. So it is one new, should I say, one new experience that I brought to them, teaching them how to get scientific ideas, how to use the scientific method to find an answer, other than just doing all these explosive experiments without really learning anything, so to speak. So I can say it is one experience that I like, being able to pass that knowledge to them. And since then, um, our science fair has changed. So it's now a place for discovery. Children they've learned on their own how to find ideas and how to use the scientific methods to answer that question that they want to investigate. So that's the experience that I would like to share. Thank you.
Great. Let us know more about the science fair. Do you do it like once per term?
Oh, yes, we have it in summer term. We have it every year. Every summer term, we organize the science fair. And it's just like, should I call it, is to capitulate everything we've learned from that in science for that year. So children are able to, think up an idea and answer a question, be an idea they want to explore by research, or maybe something that they want to know for themselves. I'll just guide them on how to discover that answer using this method. So that's something I've been able to do for them, and I really like that.
Oh, great. Nice one. Any other person want to share experiences that they've had, either good? Okay, Edwin Masamaka, you can speak, please. You can unmute and speak.
Oh, okay. Mine has to do with a day where we have officers from our...
Can you speak louder a bit?
Oh, okay. Mine has to do with one day when officers from our regional office came for lesson observation. Now they want to observe mathematics and science, and I happen to teach mathematics. But interestingly, the students I teach, they were not around then. They had a 1 week break, and they still want to observe me. So they have to organize another class for me that I don't teach at all. And the topic I was teaching, I was in the middle of that topic, and the students that were organized for me to teach, they did not even start that topic. And I have to teach that topic for the officers to observe. I was able to do it, and it was a nice experience. Teaching a different class, know their names, and a whole lot of things. It was a wonderful
experience. Thank you so much for sharing that experience. Thank you so much. Okay, any other person, a final person that wants to share? Any other person? Or you can just drop in the chat box any experience you've had in your teaching profession, teaching STEM subject, be it good or bad. Slad, do you want to speak? Okay. So we are almost 15 minutes into the meeting.
So I will quickly, go to the, before we get into something very serious, we have to just relax a bit. At least I would have just asked, let me quickly make you relax more. What have you had for breakfast this morning? Let us see. What have you had for breakfast this morning? Let me see. In the chat box. Let us see in the chat box. What have you had for breakfast this morning? Okay, I think the Muslims, you haven't started fasting yet. No, you haven't started. So you must have had something for breakfast. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, what would you have wished to have for breakfast this morning? Let's see that. Okay, I want us all relax. Ah, amala. Hey, this morning, Mr. Daniel. Hey, this morning. Ah, eating a gari and egusi. Oh my goodness. Lipton and biscuits. Oh, nice. Pap and bean cake. I had moi. Nice, nice. Oh, good. Oh, nice one. A gari and egusi. Anyway, our men they have to stay strong. Okay, nice. Papa, moi, nice. Great one. All right, so let us quickly now go. Let me resume sharing. So I welcome you all again to today's webinar. I welcome you all. All right, so my name is Blessing Chukwuka. All right, I'm going to be taking you through today's webinar on introducing STEM pathways on Labxchange. Okay, I'm going to be introducing what Labxchange is all about and how you can use it for your STEM teaching, how it can support you. This is a digital tool that can support you in teaching STEM in your classes. All right, I have with me my colleague, Sam. Sam, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Can you quickly introduce yourself?
Okay. Thank you, Blessing, for the moment. My name is Sam Donald Karing. I'm a physics teacher in Botswana, based in capital city of Botswana, which is called Gaborone. I'm attached to this senior secondary school called Gaborone Senior Secondary School. I met Blessing through fellowship on PhET simulations. Grateful also I met in this program of Labxchange. My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much. Okay, so we both will be anchoring this session and taking you through how you can create your own pathways that would enable you, make your students love STEM and understand STEM better, make them embrace them. Okay, using tools that, right now is the digital age, they are more likely to embrace this tool. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. So quickly, just more intro about me and the foundation. So this is brought to you by DTW Foundation, which I created, okay? And part of what we do is we help students with free videos on YouTube and several social media channels. Okay, we help them in preparing for their exams. We do free videos on maths, physics, and other science subjects. All right, we have some educational apps that help them in their exams too. And we encourage, by this, we are encouraging STEM education, making it easy for kids to do STEM and learn STEM. All right, and we also do teacher training and development, which is one you're here attending now. We do this free, okay, to make sure that our teachers are also empowered, our educators are empowered to help students learn and embrace them. Because whether we like it or not, STEM is the foundation of any country. Any country in the world, STEM is the foundation. If we are missing it there's a problem. Then it means that we would all be importing knowledge. Every time we'll be importing experts to come. Just like, our economy right now in Nigeria is more of a consumer. We always, import. Everything is manufactured outside. But if we have more STEM, just like the way it's happening in China, there is more STEM. That's why they're the manufacturing hub of the world. If we also have more STEM, we will also manufacture most of the things that we use, we consume in our country. So that's why STEM is important, and that's why we're supporting teachers to help their students, because we can't reach all students at once, but we know when we reach a teacher, we are reaching tens of thousands of students. Okay, so we are apologize. So we are training teachers to help them develop their students. Okay, so here, so that's what the DTW Foundation is about. Now, let's go on to Labxchange. What is Labxchange? All right. Now, Labxchange is a global science classroom open to every curious mind. It's like, it's a library. Anyway, we're going to go into we're going to go to the website, and you see that it's like a library, a database of all science resources in one place. And it was created by Harvard University. We all know Harvard University. And it's with the support from Amgen Foundation. Okay, so this powerful digital tool makes high quality science education accessible and gives learners and educators everywhere. All right, and it is absolutely free. You would see several video resources. Anyway, you're going to go through it and you see what I mean. So it brings everyone together. I know most of us are from the FET group. Even FET is also on Labxchange. So everything in Labxchange. And with that, you can be able to now quickly curate instead of going to the internet and looking for this, looking for that. You understand? It could be very stressful for a teacher. You know, you look for a video, you look for this resource, you look for that. Before you know it, time. But in Labxchange, all you need to do is just search, use the filter, and you know, you create a pathway that your students can go through and enjoy learning. All right. So I and Sam are Labxchange teacher ambassadors. All right. So we are here to train more teachers to enable them use. Okay. Yeah, Beth. So it isn't that on slideshow. Okay. Okay. So is this good? Is this okay, everyone?
It's better. It's better.
It's better. All right. So sorry about that. Okay. So that's what Labxchange is about. So now we know, as I've mentioned earlier, there are several challenges that educators face. One is lack of high quality, credible content. Where do we get this content from? That's one of the challenges. Outdated resources and tools. Every day there's new technology, new processes, new things that are coming up. And some of these informations are outdated. Information from 1990s are being outdated. Okay, but on the Labxchange, there's always a check on resources and renewal of the type of resources that is on the platform. So it solves that particular educator challenge. And what it also solves is, access to professional learning communities. On the Labxchange, there's a community where you can get access to several professors, colleagues. You're interested in a field that you want to learn about, or a teacher that has taught this, which method the teacher has used. You can collaborate, you can contact that person in the communities, okay? And so it helps to solve this. So you are not alone, it's not an island, all right? So there's a community part where you can chat, you can follow up things, the forum, connect with other educators, all right? Another challenge, again, is limited time to plan. As I said, if you're just on the internet looking for things, you will take a lot of time. But on the Labxchange platform, it helps you with time management. You don't need to spend that much time to plan. Okay? And another thing again is, there are limited examples of high quality science education. But on the Labxchange platform, there are several of those examples. So it's solving a lot of educators, especially STEM educators, challenges. Okay, so you want more time and support for doing what you love. All right, so Labxchange is here to help you teach and impact students and not have so much workload on yourself. Okay, so that's what Labxchange is here to help you, support you. Okay, so how Labxchange help? It has I think it has been updated to over 21,000 plus science resources. Okay, this is like an old number. So it has like 21,000 plus science resources. Okay, now it has content from over 150 credible collaborators. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Hello.
Yeah, she's back on.
Hello.
Don't worry, you
Blessing.
went mute for a while, so we were trying to see if you're back on. Don't worry, we can hear you now.
Thank you, Rita, for joining. Thank you so much, Rita, for joining. All right, this is sorry, quickly I would introduce my able colleague Rita Oladiro. Okay, my able first fellow colleague, she has been wonderful supporting STEM educators also all over Nigeria and even in Africa. Okay, so thank you so much, Rita, for joining. I appreciate. But can you quickly please just introduce yourself, Rita, please?
Oh,
yes.
Okay, yes. My name is Rita, like she said. I'm a FET fellow from Nigeria and founder of a BISTEM 24 educational technology. And like Blessing Chukwuka, we all join hands together along with Sam Donald to support STEM learning in Africa. And it's a privilege to get onto Labxchange. It's a powerful powerhouse of resources for STEM learning. I know, so this is a beautiful and a great opportunity for teachers, to get their hands on up to the minute resources, trends, improvements, new learning development on STEM learning. So yes, this is a great opportunity, and I hope you would all spread the word to all other science teachers, especially in Africa, so that our youths, our students can have a fighting chance in all the developments that is happening in the world right now. So yeah, that's what we are about. Thank you for being here too. Blessing, I'm done.
Yes, Rita, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us today. Okay, so we are here, we're like, would I say soldiers? That's what I'll say. So we're soldiers, we're spreading, we're STEM evangelists. Okay, spreading new ways to support STEM teachers teach science. Because seriously, if we don't, our students are now, pivoting towards entertainment a lot. But we need science. Whether we, I keep on saying this in most of the seminars. That's just take an example of COVID. Let us look at an example of COVID. What happened? Who was in the forefront of COVID? Was it the arts people? Was it entertainment? Who was there? It was the STEM professionals, that was even teachers, because we had to engage the kids. Even teachers were so they saw our importance. So it is very, very critical, because if, God forbid, any COVID again, there's already a gap of a gap in the health system, in professionals there, because of the amount of people that we lost to COVID. So we need to really, really preach STEM to the forthcoming students, the next generation, because we need to make them embrace it and love it and carry on in careers, because it's going to help our future. Okay, because if we have a situation whereby advancement in technology, advancement in science stops, it's going to be a major problem, even with our own civilization. So that's why we're here to ensure that teachers have these lovely resources to help them. And that's why we see foundations and schools like Harvard University seeing that there's an importance of this, and foundations supporting this, so that students all over the world, not only in America, not only in Asia, but even in Africa, to love and embrace them, because it's needed all over the world. Okay, so Labxchange helps us with, 20, as I said, we now have 21,000 plus science resources. Okay, simulations and interactive. Our PhET simulations are there, and other additional simulation. PhET simulation is lacking in biology. So if you're a biology teacher, in Labxchange, you have enough simulations covering biology. PhET simulations majorly physics, chemistry, and some maths. But here in Labxchange, biology teachers, you are blessed wonderfully in Labxchange. Okay, so you have and everything is here. Even the PhET simulations are on Labxchange. So it helps you to customize and create, personalized learning for your students. On the Labxchange, you can find, organize, and share your content through your dashboard. Okay, where we are going to be sharing, how to get to your dashboard. Okay, in few minutes. All right, Sam, can you hear me? You're muted.
Oh, sorry about that.
I think
I
you should
was muted.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you can get
you
your Labxchange link.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can get your Labxchange link. Maybe in some few
Okay.
minutes you will share
Thank
it
you.
on the
Yes.
on the chat group so people can add up, okay? Through your link. All right. So let me quickly
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me go to the
Yes.
next slide. All right, so yeah, this is it. This is the next slide, yeah. So please, Sam is going to share. I want us to do an exercise for 5 minutes. Sam is going to share a link now in the chat box. I want you to quickly click on the link and sign up right away, because we're going to be working on the Labxchange account. So Sam, have you shared it?
I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it. Just give me. I have to share the link to my. Yes, I'm on it. I'm opening. Sorry about that. I've got a network issue problems here. It keeps on fluctuating, but I'll be there in a bit. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yes, I'm almost there.
Okay. Okay, I see Sekinat. I see your comment. Yes, the recording is recorded, so it will be shared on the groups. Okay, and also to your emails for people who registered. Okay.
Yes, Blessing. Let me get it clearly. So I'm going to share the link for my pathway.
No, not your pathway. Your link to sign up.
Okay. The link to sign up.
Yeah. Okay, Elijah said you have already, but for those who haven't signed up yet, please let's mute our microphone. Priscilla, please mute your microphone. Thank you.
Okay, Blessing, can you continue while I'm still working on it, please? Thank you.
Okay. But nevertheless, you have to sign up by getting a free Educator account. Sam is going to share his. All right. So you click and sign up. It's quite easy. You just put your email, do a password, and straightforward. You have a free Educator account, and you can start accessing all these resources on Labxchange. Okay. So just to mention a few of our collaborators, we have PhET, okay, Amgen Foundation. We have several content collaborators from YouTube. You can see them. We have BioBuilders, Biosimulation, BioVision, Cell Mentor, Cognito Education. You can see all this. These are the collaborators, over 150 of them that are on Labxchange. So these 150 collaborators have brought all these 21,000 high quality science resources on the Labxchange. We have Professor Dave, we have the PhET. This is the PhET simulation here. everything on the first simulation is right here. Okay, so so here is it. Then the library. This is the library. Don't worry, I'm going to go to the website, but let me just quickly take you through this slide. The library here you have. Please, can we mute Chidinma? Please mute your microphone. Okay. All right. So, how do you create an account? Don't worry, we're going to get to that now. I see some messages. Okay, this is a direct message. All right, so this is the library here. And when you click on it, it shows you everything, the video resource, content types. All right, subject area you select and, go to the subject and find any content you want, text content, assessment content, video contents, interactive content, simulation content, even pathways that have been created on those contents. So it is not even only your own content. There are other people that have created content which you can copy or clone that particular pathway to use. Okay? So here, there's what we call subject pages where you browse the subject and try to find out resources. I'm going to take you through this. Okay, you have your personal dashboard. Your personal dashboard is where you create your classes. All right, that's what we call classes. Okay, after creating your pathway, you put the pathway in a class, and then you share a code to your students. Okay, let me quickly tell you how this is quite interesting. Okay, where I see Labxchange and FET merging, for me, anyway, I'm sure Sam will also tell you where he also sees it merging. Is FET is more of a hands-on. I feel FET simulation is more of you hands-on. That core critical concept that you want to drive in, you do the activity sheet, you make it hands-on in class. All right. I see Labxchange as you want to introduce a topic. Okay. So you create content pathway. Don't worry, we're going to show you the fundamentals, the checklist of creating a pathway lesson plan. So when you create that, you send the code to your students and they go home as maybe a take home over the weekend and go through those content. Then on Monday you introduce. So it's like you give them a soft platform to easily come into that particular topic. That's why I see the Labxchange tool that's what I see as an educator. We can use it. So like take home assessment, go through this class, go through the class, you give them the class code, and at the back end, you can, view what each student have done. Okay, well, I'm going to take you through the dashboard very soon. All right, so your dashboard, you have tools, question, you can set questions, you can add images to your content, narrative, videos, guide, case studies, okay? And you can add your pathways, okay? And you can also share your content. There's a room for you to share your content on Facebook, on Twitter, copy the link, give to others, what you have done, all right? And here, this also, you can use it as an online class. As I told you earlier, you see this feature, class code, okay? So you can take this as an online class, like an assessment class online. I think the major difference, I would say, because we are in Africa, which is quite a disadvantage, is that the Labxchange, I know most people will be asking, do you need the internet to work on this? Yes, you need the internet. All right. It's not like the FET that you can work with it offline, but Labxchange, the student requires internet. So that's where I see, because our schools might not have internet for us to do things in school. All right. But, kids can go home, you give them the code and you tell them, go use your mom and dad's phone or use your devices at home to go through this homework. Okay. So that's why I see it being very effective. All right, so right now, Sam.
Yes, Blessing. Yes, sorry about that.
Yes. Yes, you
Yes,
can
I'm
come.
here.
You can
Yeah.
come in now. I will stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay. Thank you, Blessing, for the moment. My part as I come in is to demonstrate to you how to create a pathway. And then first and foremost, let me just share the screen so that as I take you through what I'm going to discuss, then at least you should be seeing it on the screen. I'm going to share my screen, okay? So when you create a pathway in simplest terms, you can think about it as a lesson. You are aware that you can create, during a normal classroom lesson, there are certain components that you touch, okay? Like introduction, we have got the center, when you create a lesson, a normal classroom lesson, we have the parts whereby, or we have a stage whereby you introduce maybe the topic, the learning goals, okay? Sometimes in that lesson, you have an activity, you use apparatus, etc., etc. And then you have conclusions, you discuss and everything. Sometimes at the pre-stage or at the introduction, you can relate your learning goals with something or with the knowledge of with which the students have on things around them, etc., like that. So the Labxchange has got a model of creating a lesson, and you call it a pathway. So this pathway consists of 5 core areas. And the areas are as follows. They're easy remembers by ease, okay? The 5 core areas that you should consider, or the 5 features of a fully fleshed pathway are as follows. We have got the engagement part, followed by the exploration part, followed by the experimental part, followed by the explanatory part, and lastly, the extension part. So what is it about engagement? The engagement area is the part whereby you engage learners, or learners are engaged for the first time with the learning topic or the learning goals for that particular topic. This is the stage where you try to ignite the curiosity of the students. You try to take the students on board. You draw the students, you engage, you just bring the students into the topic. And then after that, after you engage the students, there's this part or this area called exploration. Here, the students explore the concepts through a variety of digital content so that they can make sense of the scientific and cross-cutting concepts. And then after that, you take the students through an experiment. The next part that should involve, that should consider, or that is added to the pathway, is the experimental part. Here, students are actively engaged in that scientific inquiry and the practice. I'll demonstrate all this using my Labxchange because I created one. And then after this, the next part that should consider is the explanatory part. Here, the target is to check if the students can demonstrate that they're able to communicate their understanding of the topic. Students, you want to check here that the students have actually mastered the concept or the learning goals that you wanted to take them through. And then after that, the last part is on extension. The extension involves wrapping up the lesson by making connections to other concepts or careers. Like for instance, if you are teaching a particular topic, it is quite important to make learners understand that they're not just consuming the knowledge for nothing. They should make students aware that the knowledge that they get from the classroom is the knowledge that they can apply in real life, or is the knowledge that they can use to explain or appreciate things that happens around themselves, okay? So at this stage, I just want to take you to my Labxchange that I designed here. After you sign in, you go to the dashboard. After you sign into your Labxchange account, you go to your dashboard, and this is going to be the landing page for the dashboard. I've been working on Labxchange for some time. I've got quite a number of items under my landing page on the dashboard. Currently, I'm trying to work on the topic of creating a Labxchange. A pathway for this topic on sound waves. Okay, that is why I have got this text component under it. But as I scroll down, I just want to take you straight to my pathway that I created. Okay, this is my pathway. When I click on it, it's going to open. So this is the pathway. In the pathway, first, you've got this part whereby you introduce your topic, okay? Like in my case here, my pathway is on this topic, electromagnetic induction, okay? And then I set off by introducing the topic as follows, so that in this pathway, you'll explore how current is induced in a conductor. This is the basis of foundation of different generators we found around us, such as bicycle dynamos, car alternators, house generators, and even bigger generators, which gives towns and villages electricity. So that's my explanatory part. And then as I scroll down here, my pathway components follows. There's this part, which is in the form of a text, but it's also attached with videos, is the part which targets the engagement part. And then after it, I'll open them one by one. I've got this part of exploration. It's one of the key areas that should be included when you design a pathway. After it, I've got this one, the experimental part of it, the third part of my pathway. And then I've got this one, which check the understanding of the learners. The explanatory part is here. In my case, it's in form of an exercise on the same objective. And then lastly, I extended my pathway using this the spinning electricity, the formation, or I just attach this part, the extension, to the windmills as another form which can generate electricity around us. So let me quickly go into my different components. So my target. So any student that I share with, the students that I share this pathway with, they gave me a feedback, because first, when they went into the pathway, the first part, which is engagement, in it, this is my engagement part. I've mentioned, click on the link below and observe what is happening. It will take last 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Stop video after this time. So there's a link here. When you click on this link, it will take you to a video of some gentlemen riding bicycles at night. So I'm trying to engage learners here. I want to attach that riding the bicycle. Those bicycles have got dynamos. A picture of dynamo is shared here. So what is a dynamo in this case is the one which provides electricity for those riders who are riding the bicycle at night. So expectation is that the students here, they will click on this link and then they watch that video. After watching video, they'll go through this reading here, and then they also watch this. That's how I set off by engaging my learners, okay? After that, as the learner goes through my pathway, they go to this stage of exploration. In my exploration part, I've introduced a few questions here and also shared a simulation, which I'm going to use to demonstrate this effect of electromagnetic induction. And these are the few questions that I asked the learners so that they can explore. I just want to engage them so that they can also explore this simulation, okay? And the questions or my exploration quickly reads as follows. Play with the sim and answer the following questions. The first question that I gave them is, what do you observe when you move? The first one, a magnet into and out of the coil. 2, a coil towards the magnet and away. So in this case, I want the students to move magnet into the coil and back. Also to move the coil towards the magnet and back. I want them to make those observations. And also I've asked them, are your observations the same or not? I just want to them also to pay attention to this part. That when they move the magnet in and out or the coil in and out, do they observe the same thing? Okay. My point here is to make them aware or make them to concentrate on what is happening inside the coil. That's where the concept, that's what is on my learning objective. So after this part, the last question on the same part is, can you explain what really happens for the bulb for light? Okay.
Sam, please, one moment. Can you start the simulation?
Okay.
Let's see what actually happens.
Oh, okay, no problem. Let me just start it. Thank you. Yes, it's starting. And this simulation is the simulation that I got in the Labxchange website. It's one of the simulations which are in the Labxchange. I just pull it from Labxchange. Yeah? It's a simulation on Java. Sometimes it takes a little while before it starts, but I want to believe it's almost there now. I hope I'm audible. You can hear me proper.
Yes, we can, Sam.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost there. Yes, it's initializing. Yes. Come out quickly. Yes, it's almost there. Yes. Okay. So that's the simulation. Show the field. Let me just show the field and then show meter. No, show compass. I don't want compass. Take it out. And then, okay. Is pick a coil. I think that's the one that I chose. Yes, this is the simulation that I pick. Okay, there are a number of them here. I chose the second one. In the next part, the next component in the experiment part, I've made it detailed that this is the I've provided some instruction on which simulation to pick. Okay, so according to that part, okay, expectation is that you make the students. I've asked them, the student, what happens when you move the magnet in and out like that, okay? And the second question was moving the coil. Sorry about that, it should move. Hey, come on. Yes, moving the coil in and out like that, okay? So this is the part that I want to, as you can see, when I move the magnet, you can observe that inside that coil, you can see those round like objects which represent the electrons that are moving to and fro. When the magnet is moved towards the coil, they're moving in one direction. When they are pulled it out, those electrons are out opposite direction. The same thing applies when you move that coil inside and moving it away. You can see when I move the coil towards the magnet, the electrons are moving down, away, they're moving up like that. So these are some of the things that I want the students to explore, okay? And then the last part in that, it asks you that, are your observations the same, okay? So these are some of the things that the student will observe and keep in mind, okay? And then going forward, the next part after exploration is on the third part of this component or the pathway is on the experiment part, okay? Here is my experiment. In my experimental part, I've provided the student with the activity sheet here. I've got an activity sheet here, okay? So I've instructed them to click and open the link to the activity sheet is here. And then click and copy the activity sheet URL and paste it on a new tab. So if that student have opened, let's say you have opened the Labxchange on Firefox or Google, whatever any browser that you are using, expectation is that for the ease of access, after they open this activity sheet, I want them to copy that link and put it, open a new tab and put it so that they can move, they can just oscillate between the two like that. Idea is to make those tabs to be adjacent to each other for the ease of access, okay? After they've done that part, let's see, I've asked them to revert back to the Labxchange pathway. They go back to the Labxchange pathway, okay? And then they should open this simulation here. It's the same simulation that they've played with, okay? And then after opening that simulation, I've instructed them to make these few changes. One, to choose, pick a coin from the generator menu. After opening that simulation, they choose this one, this simulation on pick a coin. And then I also give them instruction to uncheck the compass so that they can remove it from that page. And then they also to check on the magnetic field so that they can be visible, okay? And then also to increase the number of views to 3 from the same menu, okay? All these instructions, okay? The students will go through these instructions as they interact with that landing page on the simulation, okay? And then after that, they are going to follow this activity sheet. This activity sheet, quickly, let me just open it. Activity sheet on Aegis current, okay? This is my activity sheet, which I shared there, okay? Quickly through it, move either the magnet or the coin, state what happens when that object is moved. I expect them to fill this space, explain why it happens, okay? Here, the students will start to think about it, what could be happening. They will bring different answers here. Some might be correct, some might be false, yes. There are students that are learning, and then when that object is moving, what do you observe inside the coin? So either the magnet or the coil, when it's moved, you ask them to observe what is happening inside that coin. And then the activity sheet moves on. There's this collection box here, okay, with those details for it. Check the right box, okay? And how do you check the right box? You are guided by this situation. In which situation will the current be induced, okay? Moving the magnet into the coil, magnet moving away from the coil, etc., etc., etc. So that is my brief activity sheet on this one, okay? After the activity sheet, after the student has filled on this collection boxes there, my assumption is that somehow the student would have gained the concept on electromagnetic induction, and then after that, they will move on to the next stage of my pathway, which is on the explanation. And the explanation here, it comes in form of an exercise. So this is the exercise that I designed for them to check their understanding, okay? They go through this exercise, read through the questions here. Like the first question, quickly, just take you through what the one question. In the second below, the bulb was replaced by a motor. In this circuit below, you can see the circuit here consists of that coil connected to the bulb. And then according to this question, this bulb was replaced with a motor. And then the question continues as follows. In which situation can the motor run faster? My belief is that after the student have explored that simulation and has gone through the activity, the experimental part, yes, they should be able to find the answer for this one. Okay, they should be able to, okay, fine. Now that here the bulb is replaced with the motor. So with the bulb, electrical energy is converted into light. So with the motor, the student should be able to deduce what is the function of the motor it runs. So in this case, when the motor replaces the bulb, therefore we have what? A situation whereby the electrical energy is converted into kinetic energy. Okay. So here the question asks for in which situation can the motor run faster? Okay. So what effect can make that motor or the kinetic, what effect can increase the kinetic energy or the speed of that motor? Okay. The student who have explored this, who have experimented this well, should be able to pick the right answer for me. And these are my options where the student have to pick. The first one reads, a magnet replaced by a weaker one. This magnet is replaced by a weaker one and moving at 1 meter per second into the coil of 4 turns. So you are moving this magnet with, or you replace the magnet with a weaker one and you move it into the coil of 4 turns. That is the first situation, okay? You went the best, the one which you give out. Let's compare it with the other one. The second one, the magnet is replaced with a stronger one and moving with the same speed into the same number of coils. So from these two, you can pick that the second one is more advantaged over the first one because you are using a stronger magnet, okay? And then let's compare the second one with the third one. The third one says a magnet is placed by a stronger one and is held stationary inside the coil of 40 turns. Wow. There are so many number of turns that is an advantage, but the trick now is here. The magnet is held stationary, it's not moving. So the student who have explored this, who have gone through that activity, they should have picked that the only time when you should expect induced current is when there is relative motion, either the coil moving or the magnet moving. So when the coil is stationary or the magnet is stationary, that means there's not going to be any interaction between the magnetic field and the coil. And this one, it eliminates this part. So out of this, the student's expectation is that the student should be able to pick the second one. Okay. And one thing which is good about this question is that the student can still go back to that simulation and try it. Okay. Try to work with it and to try to find the answer to this. Okay. And then after they go through the whole exercise alone, one thing which is beautiful is that the Labxchange allows me to monitor the student progress. Okay. When the students are stuck, I can always find out, okay? When they are stuck, the Labxchange allows that, it permits that, okay? So after they go through this exercise, the students, they are going to the last part here, which is on extension. And my extension here, I shared a reading from wind turbines, okay? As a source of electrical energy. I said this one, okay? The reason why I say this one, I just want the student to appreciate that when they go around in the kettle poles, in the lands out there, okay, usually they come or they might have come across the wind turbines and maybe somehow they're not aware that these wind turbines are a source of electrical energy. So I just want them to appreciate this so that in the future, when they go out, okay, at least they can connect what they learned from the class with this wind turbine. So that's how I ended my exchange.
Thank you. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Sam. Thank you so much, Sam.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So
Okay.
Sam has just shown us a sample of a pathway. Okay, I'm going to now take you. Come again?
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So I'm going to now take you through, we are going to enter the pathway now together. All right, we're going to go to the platform together and show you how to navigate around it. I just want to acknowledge a colleague of mine, Tabot. Tabot, can you hear me? She's also a fellow Labxchange ambassador and Fed fellow. Tabot, I see you there. Can you unmute and speak? Introduce yourself from Cameroon.
Oh, thank you, Blessing.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tabot Delphine from Cameroon. I am an ambassador for Labxchange, like the two speakers and the three speakers, the earlier speakers, as well as a FET fellow for 2023. And it's been a wonderful ride ever since our path came across. Blessing, Sam, and all the other fellows. So we've been having fun as educators and teachers. So we hope that as you come along with us, you will also have fun while you teach your learners and make STEM education becomes prolific, especially as our learners move up to higher heights, higher levels, because we have noticed in Africa that as our learners keep going higher, there's that drop in number of these learners who carry along with the STEM field. So we want to be rest assured that we maintain, and why not make it prolific in Africa so that we too can be masters of the STEM education and STEM field and whatever is linked to STEM. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tabot. Thank you. I appreciate. Okay, for being here. All right, so quickly, I'm going to share my screen now. I know this is what we all want to see. How should I do this on Labxchange? What is it? What is it about? Okay, so this is it. I think when you sign in, okay, you should have something like this. You know, this I always love. Every educator should please, all right, create when you've signed in. Sam, you can share your link now so they can sign in. All right, please try to put in content on your profile. You never know who is looking for a teacher in whichever country you are in. This is part of the community benefit I've been saying about. Okay, which is in fact it's not that much in fact, but on Labxchange, people are viewing your profile. They want to do something in Nigeria, you know, they just type educators in Nigeria, and your profile would be there. Educators in Ghana, in whichever part of Africa you're in. So make sure you pimp up your profile. The profile, it's like a CV of yourself where you can see what you've been doing in education, where you've taught, you know, everything, your awards and all that. So please try to build that up after this session. Okay, you like your CV, like a LinkedIn CV, okay? Because this is for educators. So build this up. All right. One also important thing is if you want to see other people, you know, and let me not go to the community part, but you can explore that on your own. All right. Now, the dashboard is a very important tool for us educators. All right. Your dashboard is where you manage your content. All right. Sam has taken us through the pathways. That is where you manage your content. All right. Where you see the favorite things you have marked, your own content. These are my own content I have here. Text content. This is a pathway content. This is a text. This is a video content that I have here. You can add, all right? When you come here, you can also work with your phone with this, all right? If you're having problems in viewing it, there is on your browser, on your phone Chrome browser, there are 3 dots. You can enable desktop sites to, you know, for you to contain all this. Okay, that's if you're using your phone, because I know not all teachers would have a laptop. So that's one trick you can use to make your phones work like laptops. All right. And there's a support WhatsApp group. I'm going to be sharing it soon that you can stay on the group. I think, can I quickly share? I think I forgot to, just give me a moment. Let me share that with everyone. So you join and, you know, you ask your question, because one of, before the certificates are issued, one of the requirements is that you must have created a class, and I and my colleagues, you are going to share your class on, let me share the WhatsApp. All right, I've shared the WhatsApp link now. Please do join if you haven't joined. because one of the requirements is that you would create a class and share the link. On the group, okay, on the Labxchange group, I'm going to share an Excel sheet where you would share the link to your class. And we, as ambassador teachers, will go through the classes you've created. If it has followed, Sam explained some steps, which some lesson plan requirements, which I'm also going to be sharing on the group, and I will share here before the end of the class. Okay, so you have to follow through those 5 E's. All right, and we're going to be ticking that before we issue you a certificate. That's a requirement that you create a class. Okay, and I'm quickly going to show you this here. Let me go back to, okay, I hope we can all see my screen. Is my screen back up?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So this is where all your contents are. All right. If you want a new content, you come here, you click add new content. Okay. Which type of content do you want? Question search, you want image, you want to add an image, you want to add a text, you want to add a video. Okay, you click on it. If it's a text, you can quickly click on text. Text is used for you to introduce the topic. So what is the topic? Whatever topic it is, let's say evolution, okay? In biology, you describe, this is for the text tool is, please can we mute our microphone? Okay. So the text tool is when you want to provide some body of introduction. That's when you use the text tool. Okay. So another tool here is your video tool. You can paste, if you don't want to use the videos on the Labxchange, but I advise you use the videos. There are a lot of beautiful videos on the Labxchange platform. You can get your own video link from YouTube and add here. But be mindful that the Labxchange platform, before it plays that video, it has to check the video. Okay, because you're taking someone else's video that has maybe copyrights and all that, and you're putting it on the platform to be played. So it has to check. So that's why I always advise that you get videos from here. So you can come here and refine your search. Very beautiful. Like, okay, this is me. All right. Okay, I'm going to get there. Just give me a moment. All right. So this is how to add new content. Just come here, play around with it. You can add any content you want. Okay. Then here, classes, classes I'm in. Okay, classes I'm in is you want to join another class. There are several classes on the Labxchange platform. Okay, you want to learn about other things, you can join classes. Okay, and you can find that on the database. All right. So here is classes I teach. Classes I teach are the classes that you created. Okay, like for example, this is a class on building fractions, all right, that I created. This is the code. So I have shared this code with several participants. We can see we had 25 users, all right. So here, 25 learners, you would see them and see their progress, the learners there. So when a learner sends you, when you give the learner your code, he clicks on it. You copy, he clicks, he enters your class. When he enters your class, you're going to receive, as a teacher, you're going to receive a notification. Hold on. Let us do this now. I want us now, on our phones, I think we can open up Labxchange. Let us quickly open up Labxchange. I hope we have signed up. If you've signed up, quickly open up Labxchange now. Are you with me?
Yes, I hope they can get me.
Is everyone hearing me? Okay, you can hear me, right, Donald?
Yes. You're audible.
We can hear
Thank
you,
you.
Blessing. We are
Okay.
with you.
Okay, so I've shared a code. All right. So I want you to go into your dashboard, all right, go to classes I'm in, click on join a class. I'm going to take you through the way your students would go into your own class when you create it, okay? So click on join a class, and that code I just shared, I shared the code with you in the chat box. You are going to type in that code. So when I click on join a class, you type in that code there. Okay, when you click on join a class, type in that code. Has anyone done that? If you've done that, just say yes in the chat box. Olaiton, have you done that? Have you copied the code? Okay, I see a yes. Elijah John. Okay, so let me now go. Classes I teach. So I, as a teacher now, I would enter that class. I'll click on it. I'm going to come here, learners. You can see now, I've received requests. So it has a way of filtering. So not anyone can get into your class. Listen, can you see? Everyone is here now, just now. So now I know those who should be in my class. So I click yes. Please, can we mute our microphones, please? I click yes. I click yes, accept. I accept Beth. I've accepted Elijah, so you can enter the class. I've accepted Bankole. Olaito, I've accepted you. Sam, I've accepted you. Is everyone following? So this is how I enroll my students into my class. All right? Is anyone saying yes, yes? I've accepted everyone that is in here. Let me go back and come in and see if there's any other person. Okay, I see more people. Sekinat, I'll say yes. Kwemi, I'll say yes, yes. Masamaka, yes. Zainab, yes. Okay.
Sorry, Blessing.
Yes?
Blessing.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes you can find that maybe there are about 30 or so. So going through each is quite taxing. So you can also take advantage of that approve all requests.
Yeah,
like that. Check on it, then thank you. Thank
you so much.
I think you should approve all requests because there are still more pending.
Okay. So approve. All right. Okay. So you see, so that's an easy way for you as a teacher to approve your students.
Sorry, Blessing, what's the code again?
Okay, let me put that in the box. No, not 17. It's AC4C6E. I've just dropped that again in the chat box. Capital AC4C6E. Okay. All right. So if you have sent your request in, just say yes in the chat box and I'll check and accept you into the class. So this is how you accept a student into your class. So now you can see my content that I have curated for you. Now look at the contents. All right. So this is build a fraction for like grade 4 to 6. So I put a video, which is the engage, the first E, engage. All right. Now I put another, which is like the text, explore. What am I talking about? This is a text. You would see the type of document it is. This is a video document. This is a text document. It's also a text document. In this is where my experiment is where I have the simulation, the PhET build a fraction simulation. So they would go, now this is where PhET comes in. So your activity sheets that you have created, you put into experiment. Now, your activity sheet now has to be, the way we have taught you of how to create an activity sheet that the students don't need you there. All you need to do is just coordinate the class. So it should be as simple and straightforward as possible with challenge prompts. Okay, let me quickly go in here. You will see this. It has scaffolds, it has tables. You know, I tell them, keep the max button in fractions. In this first simulation, okay? The way we design our activity sheet is the same way that we come here and put in the experiment. All right, so let me quickly go back. So that is where I see the PhET and Labxchange merging, okay, and becoming so nice as a take-home good homework assignment for your students, okay? So after this, you can see I've set a video to spark them up. What is fraction? You know, kids and all that, everyday life, trying to explain what fraction is, explore just a little text that's not too much words, experiments. This is where my activity sheet is. Now here, this is an assessment. Look at here. This is an assessment. I asked them a simple assessment questions for them to put in their answers, okay? Then finally, I don't stop there, okay? I do a closing by trying to relate what we have taught them here to the real world. Where is it applied? Where are fractions applied? How can I, fraction, what is it about? Where can I apply it? And I got this video on the Labxchange, okay, platform. So you can see this. This is a class, all right? And in the class, you would see all, in the class, you're going to see learners' progress, what they have done, what they have not done. You can drop a discussion, all right? I see people are saying, I can't get beyond. Okay, hold on. Okay, okay, I see a lot of people here. Let me approve everyone's request. I've done that, so you can go through the content. Okay, so in progress, you will see the progress of your teachers, of the students, all here. Okay, no one has started this, but build a fraction is like for kids here. So, and I use this to teach, all right? But you, for your class, you would see all the details and you can download the report, those who went through it. It shows, okay, that you really, really went through it, all right? So this is it, and you can drop a discussion. Okay, so now let me quickly go back. So here you see all your learners. You can message them individually. If they are not doing well, you can check their progress. You can assign some small thing. If you know, oh, this student needs something, you can assign more things to them. Okay, so here we have, let me go back to the content. And frequently, if you want to add more things to this particular class, you can come here and add more content. Okay, it's still very, very much possible. Okay, let me see if there are more learners here. Okay, nobody here again. All right, so this is an example of your own class. All right, and how, let me quickly come to my dashboard. You might begin to wonder now, how do I create my class? Okay, you should have your learning.
Sorry, Blessing, there are still pending requests. Some people have entered the code, but they haven't gotten in.
Okay, let me 1 minute. I don't see any pending request here.
Yes, participants need to click on their notification.
But let me type in the code again. All right, this is the code. You have to, okay, you don't know how to join. All right, okay, see this is the way to join. So on your dashboard, go to classes I'm in as a student. So you have to let your, you have to tell your students how to do this. So you go to classes I'm in, okay, and you click join a class. All right, this is how you join. You click join a class. Okay, when you click join a class, it says enter the class code. All right, so this is where you type in. Have you gotten that?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. All right, so let me now go back to check. Okay, I see you now, Latif. Yes. Okay. All right. So let me quickly go to how as a teacher, you create your own class. So you now know how to get into the class. So that's how you're going to tell, direct your students how to get into the class. Okay, so now for you to get your own, to create your own class, you should have the topic that you want, just like in FET. What subject you're teaching, what topic you want to introduce or create a pathway for. What are your goals, the objective of that particular topic? Okay, and with that, you would now streamline according to the 5 E's. Get something engaging to capture them, to get it, to make them interested in the topic. And a video would do that perfectly well. To find videos, you just come to the library, okay, and you search whichever, you can see 24, whichever, let's say, for example, let me just use
content you want.
Yeah, whichever content you want, okay?
Yes.
So I say fractions, you come here, you filter. I want 5 minutes videos less than 5 minutes. It brings up videos, okay? And you select whichever you want, all right? So to select, all you need to do is just come here. 1 minute. Okay. It's always good you are from your dashboard. You type fractions. You try to filter. Okay. And you can add and assign to whichever class or pathway, okay, that you are creating. All right. So let's say here, I can come here and add it to here. Are you with me? And click add. Okay, so it is quite very simple and straightforward. All you need to do is just play around with it. Okay, that's all we need to do. Play around with it and we can begin. Sorry, I have not created an account. Okay, Sam, can you help someone in the chat box, please? All right, okay. So this is how you get your content. Okay, so from here now, so you come here. This is how you create a new class. You just come here and click on classes. The way you joined a class, you go to classes I'm in. Now, for you as an educator to create a class, you go to classes I teach. You go to classes I teach and click on create a new class. All right. You click the name of the class. You try to set the number of students, learners you want. Okay, the max for Labxchange, the max learners you can have in a class is 300. Okay, so if your class is above 300, there's an option of cloning a class. So when the class is full, you clone it, so you don't need to work again. Okay, there's a place you anyway. Just that my own class is not full to be cloned. Okay, but there's an option on the WhatsApp group. You can always ask your questions and I will direct you, give you screenshots on how to do, how to add your pathway, how to do this. And I'm going to be sharing some classes for you to join. Those classes will also take you through how to add pathway, how to create a class. I'm going to be sharing those classes with you on the WhatsApp group. Okay? So you are able to create your own pathway. And to create this within 2 weeks, so we issue you your Labxchange certificate. All right, so this is how you create your new class. And when you create it, it will bring up, it will generate a code. Just like you see this code here, you see this code here, it will generate a code that you will now give to your students for them to be able to join your class. And there you can monitor their assignments, everything they have been doing. All right. Here in my content, you will see all contents you have been curating. All right. You want to add more, you click text. I've gone through this text. You want to create a pathway. Is this, you name the pathway and you start adding contents to your pathway. All right. So when you name the pathway, you add contents. Okay. You can search the public. All right. Or you can go to your content. If there's anyone that you have dropped earlier on, you go to your content. It will show everything that is in your content earlier on. And you just click on this plus button, it adds it to your pathway. If you want to go to the library, you come here, you search fractions. All right. You click videos. It sorts you videos. If you want to filter, you can filter the videos to less than 5 minutes. All right. And, you just browse through. Okay. Let's go down how to, I'm going to share this with you. Okay. Hold on. 60 on fractions, building a fraction. This guy built. Okay. Let me see if I can filter it more, streamline it more. Knowledge subject area, yeah. Let me take it to subject area. Sciences and let me see. So I notice as a math person, all right, there are no much math things on the Labxchange, which we complained. Okay, and they are working on, I think there's a collaborator, a big math collaborator they are working on, okay, to try to add more math content. All right, but I will, let me say,
I think maybe you can also get math content from the FET math content, just like
yes.
Donald.
Yes. So you can also get math content from the FET math content. Labxchange is very rich in chemistry, in biology. Very, very rich. But still, you can use the platform to create your own homework, your assignments. You can add your own content, okay, and use the FET simulations. All right. So let me say.
So also, let me just mention. I think it's not a disadvantage, because for those of you who have gone through the FETS program, you would notice that FETS has a lot of mathematics and physics resources, and but is lacking to some extent, to a large extent, in biology and chemistry resources. So it's good that you have the best of both worlds when you combine the Labxchange resources that is rich in chemistry and biology, as well as the FET resources that is rich in math and physics. So you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, thank you so much. Where we won't see the code generated. When you create it, you would see the code generated on that class. Okay, I see Light on Bellow's question. When you create, you will see the code generated on that class. And please, this is just an intro into the pathway. I will drop some links, some classes that you would join that would teach you more on, you too, when joining the class and going through the class and having a feel of how the Labxchange pathway and classes work, you also will be able to quickly create your own class and also start sharing and using with your students. Okay. So basically that's how you add content to your own pathway. Okay. As simple and straightforward. There's not too complex, complex steps and all that to take. Okay. Just plus button, very simple, like our normal application. The major thing is we have to be very friendly with our dashboard. These two places, classes I teach, classes I'm in, your content, adding new content are where you majorly work from. Okay. Classes I'm in is where you use to join a class. Classes I teach is where you create your class. Okay. And, put in your content and you see all your learners, you see all their progress here. Okay. And the library is where you get resources that you use to make your class. Okay, so this is the brief summary of the whole Labxchange platform. All right, so please let us join the WhatsApp group so you receive more communication on how to create your class, okay, and more resources. So finally, I'm going to quickly go back to our slide and buttress on the lesson planning parts. All right, as Sam has said, I don't want to keep us beyond our time. As Sam has spoken about. So here we have the first thing, let me slide show, okay? So as I was saying on how to plan your lesson, in Labxchange, every platform has its own pedagogy. FET has its own pedagogy in creating your activity sheet. Also, Labxchange, this is its own pedagogy, its own lesson planning checklist, okay, to curate your content. Labxchange now is you're curating content from different sources. So how do you put this content together to make it engaging, to make students follow through? Okay, and the first E, I've been talking about is. The first E is the first content you should bring up, just like the way you saw the build a fraction. I started with a video that would engage them the first time they are learning. I said one of the advantages of Labxchange and giving them like an online class take-home assignment is it helps you introduce a new topic. Okay, beforehand, if you don't want your students to struggle in class, you're having a quite, we know the topics that are quite difficult, so you can just do something that would spark their curiosity. You say, oh, we're going to introduce this topic on Monday, but I want you to go through this online class, go through these videos to know more about the topic. And, on Monday, you can even start up with a discussion, 10 to 5 minute discussion on what they discovered, what they explored, and you go into your class with ease, with curious mind, inquisitive minds that want to know more about the topic. So the first E is of your content is look for something engaging, an interesting hook, okay? A video could do that, an icebreaker could do that, an image, a case study can do that. And you can find this on the Labxchange platform, okay, and filter your content. You can search for this on the platform, on the library. Now, that's the first E. The second E is something to explore, all right? A little text, a little reading, not too much reading. Yeah, Lighton says a demonstration can do that too. Yes, a demonstration can do that in form of a video. You too can do a short video and, it accepts your own content. All right, your own content is accepted. You can do a short video, post it on YouTube, get the link and, plug it in on your platform, okay? A demonstration video would also work. Okay, now the second E is explore. Students explore concepts through variety of digital content, okay? Small reading, not too much. A graphic organizer would help in this case for them to be able to, have a map of what even this topic is about, to link it to something. Okay, and you can use also an interactive, you can use an interactive. There are interactives on the Labxchange platform where, students click. I didn't show you interactive. Maybe I'll quickly show it before we stop. You click and it leads you to an arrow to read. It's quite interesting. That will engage. Interactives really, really do engage students. Okay, so you can use that in your explore for the topic that you're teaching. Now, the experiment now, that's the big deal. That's where you provide the student the worksheets. Okay, and just like the way we create our activity sheets on the FET, okay, it's the same way. It's the same scientific inquiry practices that you use here, okay? So, you put in the sim, lead them on, okay, if you set the sim like this, the particular objectives you're trying to get. They will explore the sim. Open exploration is always encouraged, and, go through the activities that you have put for them. Now, then you also do something to help them explain is like an assessment. Try to check their understanding. That's what you're trying to do in explain. Checking their understanding. Do they understand? You can facilitate, you can see that discussion. You can drop a question that will prompt discussion, that will prompt, them. When you start seeing comments, okay, these students have really gone through. Okay, and you would, you have to, you put, in discussions, it's not everyone that will discuss. So you make it a must for them to discuss. So, before you go and discuss, you must read the content well. Anyway, we as adults, when we do online classes, you can't just go and just start, type something. No, you have to read before you discuss. Okay, so this is where you can put a class discussions where students will share their own explanation, their discovery, what they've discovered, their solutions. Okay, they'll share it, so you would know that these students are really understand the concept or are not understanding the concept. And you can also drop question sets like assessments, okay, on this part, the explain part. Okay, and finally, according to the Labxchange pedagogy, please always make connection with each topic to where they can apply it in careers. It's very important because some science can be so abstract that students like, where will I use this? Where am I going to apply this in? I did a video on the micrometer screw gauge for our physics teachers. Okay, and a student, not even a student, like an elderly, someone that's passed through school. He asked a question. We are going to learn about all this. Where are we going to apply? Use a micrometer screw gauge. And I'm like, when you go to manufacturing industries to measure the thickness of substances like paper, when you go to paper mills, you will see all those vernier calipers, micrometer screw gauge lying around, because that is where. So we have to always try to connect everything we're doing to careers that these topics can be applied in. All right, evolution, it can be applied to a careers. There are career paths that study evolution. Every part in science, there is a career path. If not, why teach science then? Okay, if it's biology, there is a career path. So have a video that connects, and on the Labxchange platform, there are several videos. Let us not just drop it there. They've done activity sheets, they've understood the topics and all that. I see this part as a very, very important part when we're closing. Always try to make connection with the concept into careers, real life examples, real life application. Let us try to connect so they see themselves, oh, okay, this is where I can apply this. And that will keep their interest. Oh, so science is not for nothing. Oh, yes, science is good. I can do this. With science, we can do this. Okay? And that helps them to aspire into STEM fields. So that's why I see Labxchange being so wonderful and so beautiful. Okay? So that is the last E, extend. Okay? So that's where you wrap up and summarize your learning. I see Sam. Sam, you raised your hand. You can speak.
Yes, thank you, Blessing. I also want to add to your deliberations that one thing which is also beautiful about the Labxchange is that you see those 5 components. The engagement, the exploration, and all the stuff. Labxchange allows you, because sometimes you are aware that sometimes can have this, the nature of our students. Sometimes when you share them the whole pathway, some students may feel, hey, the content is just too much, and somehow they can feel, I don't have time for this, this is just too much. So one which is beautiful about Labxchange is that it can allow you to share those components one piece at a time, okay? You can just share engagement, they go into it, And then after that, same with the following day, you share the exploration and the experiment like that. That's one which is beautiful about the Labxchange. And
Thank you.
also, one thing that should also be taken into consideration is that we are aware that we've got different caliber of students, okay? We've got the low achievers, the intermediate, and the high achievers. For the same learning objective, that pathway that we created, okay, we can also edit it such that and have maybe 2 or 3 versions of the same pathway, targeting different caliber of students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much, Sam.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So with Labxchange, okay, I want us to explore Labxchange. Okay, take a deeper dive into the platform and, explore the experiment, share your experiences. That's why I've created a WhatsApp community for you to ask your questions, share your experiences on how you have been going through it. And I'm going to be sharing some links to help you out in creating your own class, which you would submit for us to go through and issue you the Labxchange certificate. Okay, and on this note, finally,
there's a hand.
Yes, let me just
There's a
quickly
hand.
end. I see that. Let me quickly end. On this note, finally, I would say everyone needs science, and science needs everyone. As I've been saying from the beginning, even Tabot has also buttressed that we need to get these young people into science, and it's in our hands, teachers. So together, we can unlock the door for science for everyone and everyone and everywhere in Africa. So thank you so much as I summarize, and I would open up the floor for your questions, okay? Thank you so much for taking our time to this. Okay, I see 2 people raised hands. Let me stop sharing and come to everyone now. Yes, Zainab, you can speak. Zainab, you can unmute and speak. Hello, Zainab. Okay, while we're waiting, Theophilus. Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now, Zainab.
Good afternoon, Blessing, and good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, the Labxchange, I come across it somewhere last year on Facebook. I followed up with the link. I signed up, but I couldn't do much because I did not understand some of the things that were there. So for the first, I am on the WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp group. So I followed through with some of the videos, and I must tell you on my own part, I had difficulty understanding some of these things. I tried the best I can, and when I could not understand, I gave up, believing that another time would present itself when I may understand better. So now what I would want to request, if it is possible with you and the co-host and many other people that might be engaged, is there a way that the training can be face-to-face rather than online for people maybe like me that's having difficulty following up with this, and we still have interest in both FET simulation and Labxchange? Is a question. Is there a way that face-to-face training can be organized instead of the online? Because even now for the lesson, I was there, you let me into the class, but at some points I got lost. So I just have to stick believing that I'll ask question by the end of the session. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's possible for a face-to-face class, but it will be better if it's if you have a large community of teachers, okay, and we'll plan and work on the logistics around doing a physical training. So I think that's when it would make more sense as say. Did you get me, Zainab?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah, so
I do. Thank you for that.
if you have a community of teachers,
Yeah.
which state are you from?
Exactly. I think it also
I'm in
depends.
Lagos State.
Yeah, Rita, speak.
No, I was saying I think it also depends where you are. You know, we are very, very much open and excited to do face-to-face meetings. You know, but like Blessing said, it depends where you are, and then it depends on the volume, the number of people that would be interested. It's always more impactful when you have a really full house, you know, so because there are always restrictions in different locations and different states, and you have to put security issues and hall arrangements, so many other logistics into place. But if you're able to pull a few strings, yes, why not? I mean, physical meetings are, you know, one of the best ways that we can also impact these things based on our country, Nigeria, how things are right now. So yeah, it's possible.
Okay, thank you very much for this.
Yeah, so you can always reach out. If you're on the WhatsApp group, you can always reach out to me. If you have, you know, a large group of teachers that we can come in to train, you know, work out the logistics, the modalities around it, then it's always possible. Physical training is still the best. Okay, we do this online because one, it is free of charge, all right, and I don't need to start getting funds for it. I just, you know, try to prep things online and still help you online using WhatsApp group. But we notice that physical classes are more effective. Okay, because you know, because of the digital divide, some teachers are not comfortable with digital technology. So, but when you are there on site, it's quite easy to pass the message quickly. Yeah.
I understand.
Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Where are you? Where are you?
She says she's in Lagos, so you can contact me. She says she's in Lagos. That's what she said.
In Lagos.
Yes, I'm currently in Lagos. Yes.
Blessing.
Yes, Samuel. Sam.
Also, in our group there, in our Labxchange group, we are expecting more trainees to come. Maybe can also take advantage of that and then extend the invitation to everyone.
Of course.
Yes.
Any training.
Yes. So the next thing, yes, we can just share with them and then like that.
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course.
And maybe more FET trainings, Blessing.
Can
also come along on those FET trainings, because you can't trust everything in one training. She's right.
Very true.
Yes, that's what I said. That's why I put it like you can't get it in one online training. No. Even on physical trainings, you have like 3 days. Okay, that the curriculum is being broken down well, so the teachers can assimilate well. Okay, so that's why there's a backup. There's a WhatsApp community to help everyone out. Okay, so Zainab, if you on the WhatsApp group, you have my contact, I'm the admin there. Anytime you have an opening for teachers from 20 above, okay, 15, 20 above, let us work on the modalities. Come to your school and, you know, just work on the modalities, have a plan to train them all on FET and also on Labxchange. Yes. Okay, Theophilus, you can speak now.
Oh.
Please unmute your microphone.
Okay, so ma'am, please, my question is, unfortunately, this same session was organized for the FET simulation. Rather unfortunately, myself and some of my colleagues, we were unable to turn in our final submission for us to be awarded certificates. So with a humble plea, I wanted to know if probably another opportunity might come up, might come our way, so that we'll be able to carry on with the FET activity? Because I see it to be a prerequisite for this Labxchange.
Yeah, somehow. Yes, somehow. Okay, we're gonna announce the next FET workshop soon. I know you're on the groups. Okay, it will be shared. You're on the group, the Facebook group, the WhatsApp groups. It will be shared for the next. It might probably be during the holidays, the long holidays, that teachers will be more relaxed, because that was when we had a higher turnout of teachers, when it was during the holidays, that participated in the FET workshop. So we've noticed that when we say, okay, 4 weeks or 6 weeks we give to teachers don't work on, just like you said, you didn't finish up, okay, because of workload. And we understand very well there's a lot of workload on teachers that, no one has an idea about it. They just see teachers like, what are you doing? And all that. But the workload on a teacher is more than most professions. So right now there are some strict rules, set in place. If within 6 weeks, 4 weeks, you don't complete, you won't be given the certificate. So we're going to look at doing the next. I haven't confirmed that, but the next one will be around our long holidays. So we are all able to complete the program, the FET workshop, and get our certificates. So you'll be notified on the groups.
Blessings.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Blessing.
Yes, sir.
Blessing.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I think the Coursera training has started in Botswana.
Okay.
In event he feels like launching on it, I can create a space for him. I can get his details, and then he can just join through me. Then can start off the course. Because my teachers this side in Botswana, they are on it now. They started it last week. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Can you Theophilus, are you on this WhatsApp group? On the Labxchange WhatsApp group?
Yes, ma'am. Please, I'm on it. Yes.
Okay, you're on it. Okay, so I would add Sam, and Sam, you would drop the link to the Botswana FET workshop going on now. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, Sam, please join the WhatsApp group so you can also give details. So you can join the Coursera happening in Botswana now. Okay. And anyone else, that couldn't finish up during
all right, ma'am. I'll quickly
the Nigerian workshop. Okay, thank you. Someone raised their hand and dropped. Thank you. Any other question before we wrap up? Question, comments, feedbacks? Are you excited about Labxchange? Where do you see your do you see yourself using it for your students? Ifeoma, please speak.
Thank you so much. From what you said with this, you were telling Theophilus. So somebody that could not finish the Coursera course is free to join this time around.
Yes. Yes, you can join. Yes.
Thank you so much. But what about the email, the introduction of the emails you sent previously? Will it be sent to us in order to?
Once you join his class, he's going to share it with you. He's going to share everything.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Adeola, you can speak.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for the opportunity given to us as a teacher. Though I joined the class so late because of the network issue, but with the little I met, yet I still appreciate you people for giving us the opportunity. So I believe that subsequent classes I'll be able to get and gain more from it because I not start up with you. But I'm on WhatsApp group. I will keep on monitoring things. Thank you very much. That's just my submission for now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see Mr. Elijah. Let me just quickly take it. We are grateful for the various insights you're giving on FET Labxchange. Anyway, there are a few challenges like having good Android phone, dogged determination to explore internet data, continuous beaming reminder, inhibiting more teachers from online learning. Yes, I know there are things that are barriers or inhibiting teachers from online learning, but we can't run away from it though. So the earlier, the better we start embracing it. We can, even if there are barriers, internet barrier, not having a laptop, not having a good Android phone, we can't run away from it. It is here to stay. Online learning is here to stay. Okay, it's going to be hybrid, online and both physical. It is here to stay. All right, so we as teachers, we have to embrace it and, and be in the forefront of this, because there will be times where most of the requirements will be, do you have this? Do you know how to use digital tools to teach? Okay, just look at it now. WAEC is almost going to CBT. They have, in fact, GCE is CBT. It's already 1 p.m. So if you have other things, you can quickly leave. But very soon I'll be rounding up the meeting. Okay, so CBT for WAEC, not JAM again. So it means now that most schools, it will be an enforcement that you must have a computer lab. Because, it's a, this is a test run on GCE, private GCE students. Okay, so they're gonna test run it for some, I think like 2 or we don't know how many years yet, but I'm sure they will start passing a circular to each schools that they must have laptops, they must have a computer lab. In fact, it will be part of the for your school to be WAEC approved or government approved, you must have that physical computer lab. So we can't run away from it, because who would lead the students to that? It has to be us. So we can't run away from online learning. Okay, so I encourage us as teachers to embrace it and be in the forefront of this, because it's going to pay us even in our career pursuit. It's going to pay us, it's going to advance us and promote us even financially. All right, so thank you so much. It says, will you please share especially the E's? Yes, I will share the documents of the 5 E's. I'm going to definitely share that. Can we have the recorded version? Yes, the recorded versions will be shared. It says, how can we get the certificate for this webinar? As I said, you have to be on the WhatsApp group. Before you get the certificate, you have to create your own class. And we shall go through that before we issue certificates. And we're putting a maximum of 3 weeks for you to create your class and submit. I will be sharing all the details in the WhatsApp group. So please do ensure you are on the WhatsApp group, okay? Please do ensure you're on the WhatsApp group so that you get all the information and you, I'm gonna share the WhatsApp group link now. You get all the informations and you are able to ask your questions, and we shall lead you on creating your class, inviting your students. You should have shared it. We'll see your progress of your students before certificates, the Labxchange certificates will be issued, just like the way FET is. You should have done your activity with your class before your certificate, present pictures, evidence before certificate is issued. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Sorry for taking your time, 3 minutes of your time. I appreciate you. I would also leave my colleagues to close this meeting. Sam, Tabot, Rita, please, I want you to have the floor and speak. Yeah.
Yes, so I just before closing, I saw a question on the chat from Olaiton below, and he says that there aren't enough resources on FET, even for higher level mathematics. So I'm just going to say to Olaiton below, if you can hear me, I think maybe you should get on. I hope you are on DTW, that's Blessings tutorial group. She has a tutorial group, WhatsApp group, and then maybe he has Facebook group. So if you can get on that DTW tutorial group, and which also has a YouTube channel where she addresses a lot of high school, higher level mathematics questions, and even drops tricks that teachers can use and students can use to answer these questions, and links to resources and materials. So if you're able to join the Facebook group and the WhatsApp group, and then also follow her on the YouTube, so that when she drops those posts, you will get notified. That would be a very good idea. So you'll be able to get more resources that way. So that would be all. That will be all from me now. And thank you very much for taking time out to attend these sessions. It just shows that you're interested in what you do and you're interested in the future of your students. And we would also continue to do our best to bring new things, new development on STEM education and STEM learning your way. So yeah, that's all for me.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Tabot, do you have any closing remarks?
Okay, thank you once more. I just want to thank all the participants. It really shows from what Rita just said, it shows that you have interest in ameliorating. You know, as educators and teachers, we keep learning. Learning is part of our journey, and the moment you stop learning, then you should also stop teaching. So I'll crave your indulgences to always make sure you continue with your CPD. They are very important. Do not leave any stone unturned. Always make sure whatever you know about, get to it. If you are aware of any professional development course, why not join them? And you will have, there will be one thing you will take home. And I believe you have taken home something important today in today's session that will be you will use to impart your learners. So I wish you the best, and take seriously Sam's FET, the Coursera course. Very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabot. Sam, over to you, your closing remarks.
Yes, thank you, Blessing, for the opportunity to share light on Labxchange. It was quite grateful about me. Maybe I will also wish to share this with my colleagues here across Africa. We are in a new wave of life, but especially we STEM teachers, STEM educators. Technology has arrived. We have to embrace it by hook or crook. We have no choice. This is the new ship. Let's sail on it and make sure all these bits and pieces which come our way, try as much as possible to consume them. I've also established that the borders are open now. This digitalization has enabled us to connect across Africa easily, even beyond. Let's take advantage of this. Let's collaborate. It was Blessing. Now at least I know Edwin, I know so-and-so, I know Rita, I know, you see. So let's try to extend this collaboration across Africa. I want to see a situation in the near future whereby I'll be having a lesson between 11 and 12, and then I invite Blessing. Blessing, can you take this lesson for me? And then you take it like that. So I'll be excited. I'm looking forward towards that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's enjoy this upcoming programs. I've got Coursera courses ongoing. For those who want to take advantage of it, you can just share the details on the WhatsApp group. I will ask our ambassador, Zach, to share you the invitations, and then you accept the invitation, and then you start straight away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zach. Thank you so much, Zach. So I would love that day where, you know, the internet is so stable that, you know, we connect our classrooms, we connect our teachers from Botswana to teachers in Nigeria, to Cameroon, to Ghana. And it's going to be a lovely, you know, intercontinental, or no, not continental, what word will I put it now? Is it let me not
interrelation.
Interrelation,
it needs a stronger word.
Intercountry, intercultural, you know, collaboration, and, you know, knowing other cultures, what's going on there and all that with our students. It's going to be a lovely one. So thank you so much, everyone, for taking our time. I appreciate once again. Okay. you're not taken for for granted in any way. We appreciate you for taking out this time. It really shows your zeal towards STEM development in this country. And I want to say bye from DTW Foundation and bye from Blessing Chukwuka. So take care, everyone. Bye. Have a wonderful and lovely weekend. Bye.
You have sparked it. You have sparked mine. You have
Bye.
ignited mine. Yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Blessing.
Okay, Blessing.
Bye.
Blessing.
Bye, Beth. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Adeola. Bye. I see you, Beth.
Yes, see you soon.
Bye. Okay.